Hello, and welcome. Before we dive in today, I want to start by acknowledging something that many people are feeling right now. There is a lot of noise in this world, information coming from every direction, conflicting narratives, distrust in leadership and institutions, stories that seem to shift every single day. And when the world gets loud like this, something interesting happens internally. The mind starts to search for certainty. We scroll more, we research more, analyze more. But the strange thing is, the more information we consume, the harder it can feel to know what's actually true. So today, I want to talk about discernment, not skepticism, not cynicism, but true discernment. The ability to hear your own inner knowing, even when the world around you gets noisy. Take a slow breath with me, and let's explore this together. Because if we want to understand discernment, we first have to understand the environment that we are living in. Welcome to the Aligned Human Project podcast, where consciousness meets creation and hustle gives way to harmony. I'm Dawn Elgin, contrarian soul guide, spiritual CEO, and founder of Practical Spiritualism. This is a space where we explore what it truly means to be human, aligned, awakened, and in flow with the field of life itself. Together, we'll bridge science and spirit, energy and embodiment, purpose and prosperity, so you can remember who you are beneath the programming and reclaim the power to create in full alignment with your soul. Because the next evolution of humanity isn't out there, it's in here. This is the Aligned Human Project. Human nervous systems were never designed to process global information streams. For most of human history, the information we received came from our immediate environment, our family, our community, the land around us. We would see a threat, we would run, fight, freeze, or fawn. The threat passes, and then the nervous system settles or regulates. But not anymore. Today, we receive thousands of signals a day from all over the world. And the brain doesn't know the difference between a headline and an immediate threat. Every alarming story becomes a signal to the nervous system. The amygdala activates, the body releases stress hormones, and suddenly we're not calmly evaluating information. We are reacting to it. This is why people can feel both overwhelmed and certain at the exact same time. Activation creates urgency, and urgency feels like truth. But urgency is often just the nervous system trying to protect us. And this is where things get even more interesting, because the nervous system isn't the only thing interpreting what we see. When we encounter information, three internal systems immediately begin responding. First, the subconscious mind. The subconscious is a pattern recognition system. It constantly scans for familiar signals based off of our past experiences. If something resembles an old wound, an old fear, or an old betrayal, the subconscious reacts quickly. Second is the pain body, which Eckhart Tolle describes so beautifully. It is the accumulation of unprocessed dramas and traumas. It works like a filter, and it is parasitic. The pain body feeds off of emotional intensity, outrage, shock, righteous anger. And in times of instability, those emotions become very easy to access. The third system involves the amygdala. Its job is simple: detect danger. But the amygdala doesn't distinguish between physical threat and emotional or informational threat. So if we're constantly exposed to alarming narratives, the brain stays in a subtle state of vigilance. When these three systems activate together, subconscious pattern, pain body intensity, amygdala threat detection, the mind becomes noisy. And when the mind becomes noisy, discernment becomes difficult, which brings us to something many people confuse: intuition. One of the questions I hear often is, how do I know if what I'm feeling is intuition or fear? This is an incredibly important question because fear and intuition can both feel like knowing, and they have very different qualities. Fear-based signals tend to feel urgent. They feel loud, and they push for immediate action. There's a sense of contraction in the body. True intuition feels very different. It's quieter, steadier, and there's a spaciousness to it. It doesn't demand immediate reaction. It simply knows. In other words, fear shouts and intuition whispers. And if the nervous system is flooded with noise, we cannot hear that whisper. This is why discernment isn't just a mental skill. It's a state of being. Discernment is a regulated state. You cannot access deep wisdom in a dysregulated nervous system. I lived here for many years with no idea of what was blocking me from my own internal wisdom. This is where science and spirituality begin to meet. Gregg Braden often speaks about the research around heart-brain coherence. When the heart and brain move into a coherent rhythm, something remarkable happens. Stress hormones decrease. The nervous system stabilizes, and the brain's higher reasoning centers become more active. In other words, clarity returns. This is one reason ancient spiritual traditions have always emphasized practices like breathing, meditation, prayer, contemplation. These practices regulate the field, and when the field becomes coherent, perception changes. In the language of field and form, when the field is chaotic, everything in form looks confusing. When the field becomes coherent, truth becomes easier to recognize. So if discernment comes from coherence, the question becomes, how do we return to that state? Let's do something simple together. If you're listening while you're driving or walking, you can still follow along. Just do it gently with your eyes open. Otherwise, I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Bring your attention to the center of your chest, to the heart area, and place your hand or your fingertips there to help hold your attention. Take a slow breath in through the nose and slightly longer breath out, slowing down your breathing. And imagine the breath moving in and out of your heart. Again, slow inhale, longer exhale. And as you breathe, recall a memory with a feeling of appreciation or gratitude. It can be a person, a moment, a place in nature. And just allow that feeling to arise. Let it strengthen, slowing the breath. This is one of the simplest ways to bring the heart and brain back into coherence. Slow inhale into the heart, strengthening. Exhale longer, expanding. When coherence returns, something remarkable happens. The mind quiets. Keep slowing the breath. Perspective widens. Clarity becomes accessible again. If you'd like to practice this more deeply, I've recorded a full heart coherence breathing practice, which I will link below. About 3 to 5 minutes is a beautiful sweet spot. Once the nervous system settles, discernment becomes possible again. And this is where faith enters the conversation. Faith is often misunderstood. Many people think faith means believing something blindly. But true faith is not blindness. Faith is trust in deeper intelligence. It's trusting that beneath the noise, wisdom exists. And trusting when we regulate the body and quiet the mind, guidance becomes available. The idea shows up across traditions. Mystics speak about inner knowing. Scientists speak about intuition in rapid pattern recognition. Spiritual teachers speak about listening to the heart. Different languages, same phenomenon. Discernment emerges when the mind becomes quiet enough for us to hear. And from that place, something powerful becomes possible. So let me give you 3 simple questions you can use anytime you encounter information that feels intense or confusing. First, is my nervous system calm or activated? If you're activated, pause before forming conclusions. Second, is this information expanding clarity or feeding outrage? Truth tends to bring clarity. Manipulation tends to amplify emotional reaction. And third, does this resonate quietly or hook me emotionally? Remember, the truth usually feels steady. Emotional hooks often feel urgent. These questions won't eliminate uncertainty, but they will strengthen your relationship with your own inner compass. We are living in a time of enormous information. And with that comes enormous responsibility. The responsibility to pause, to regulate, to listen inwardly, because the truth is rarely found in the loudest voices. It's recognized in the moments of coherence. So the invitation this week is simple. Slow down the noise. Return to your breath. Return to your heart. And allow discernment to emerge from that place. If this conversation resonates with you and you want to go deeper into the work of inner alignment, nervous system regulation, and conscious creation, that's exactly what we explore inside Align Your Life and with the Aligned Human Project. We have a free alignment masterclass coming up. You'll find the links in the description below. Remember, alignment isn't something you achieve. It's something you return to. So keep pausing, keep feeling, and keep aligning. You are the field. You shape the form. You are not here to fix yourself. You are here to remember yourself. Because when you align with your truth, everything else begins to align with you. If this episode sparked something inside you, hit follow or subscribe and share it with someone walking their own path of awakening. And if you're ready to go deeper, you'll find free resources, programs, and community spaces waiting for you at practicalspiritualismco.com. Remember, alignment isn't a place you reach. It's a practice you live. So keep pausing, keep feeling, keep aligning. You are the field. You shape the form.